I have seen women quite literally like shut down because this number on the scale was up, but refuse. It is a night and day before and after show that they visibly are smaller. They're visibly smaller, inches are down, but they cannot see it because the scale says that the number's up. And so therefore, it's just in their head, it's not there. It doesn't exist, but it's visibly there. And it is, I mean, call it body dysmorphia, call it whatever it is that you want, but that number holds so much power over women. And when you can let go of that number, and I even say I take this above and beyond because a lot of times for people say, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and just don't weigh yourself at all. And yes, again, is there a period of time with maybe if that's a trigger for you that we pull the scale out of things? But it's even more empowering when you can step on the scale and it might be up 2 pounds and it doesn't completely throw you for a loop. Like, you
Oh yeah.
understand why the scale's up 2 pounds. You're like, oh, well, that makes sense. I slept like dog doo doo last night and I went out with my husband and we had a bit more sodium. Like I had chips when I typically wouldn't eat chips. That makes sense that the scale's up. But on
Mhm.
the flip side of that, you could hit your macros down to the gram and you could be on point with all of your goals for the day and you get on the scale the next day and it doesn't move either. And you understand what is going on and why that number moves or it doesn't move. And you look at it from, again, just a data point, but you understand how to look at it from it's not so much the day to day, it's the averages, and you understand how to look at it correctly to measure success, not necessarily as just the end all be all to your worthiness and if what you're doing is working or not, if you're allowed to eat food for the day, if you have to run extra miles, if you have to starve yourself for whatever that number says. So being able to have a measurement of success outside of a number is so empowering for women, but it is one of those things that's simple to talk about. It is not easy to execute. And I'd be lying if I told you there were times that I stepped on the scale and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see that number. But the difference is I don't live there. I can logically understand what's going on and separate my worthiness and me as a person from a piece of metal that I stand on.